Angel Reese has been a blessing to girls basketball.
The most impressive rookie so far has been Angel Reese.
Is Angel Reese trading in her jersey for a microphone? Her latest move has WNBA fans asking some tough questions. From brick by brick to queen of rebounding my own bricks, the internet's not holding back. But here's what you really need to know about this podcast drama. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much.
Look at all the brand deals that she has. The fame, the celebrity, and the newfound dollars.
Now, back to the video. Do you remember a time when sportsmen were simply sportsmen? The world has evolved, you know. Angel's new endeavor has ignited a controversy, and her devoted followers are wondering if she has forgotten what's truly important in life. So what's the matter? It's about more than simply the podcast. It stands for something. WNBA listeners have been very critical of Angel Reese's latest podcast, Unapologetically Angel. So what's getting under their skin? It's not complicated. They believe she's failing to perform well in the most critical area, on the court. People are reacting strongly. Not only are fans raising eyebrows, they're making a big fuss. Their main concern is that Angel is prioritizing her personal image over her basketball abilities.
I love that she's unapologetic. I love that she's authentic.
I feel like she's gonna be a star.
As if her real game isn't up to par, but she's still trying to rack up points in the celebrity game. The unfiltered criticism of Angel's offensive game by one fan was reminiscent of a janitor at a YMCA. Oh no, you certainly don't want to be remembered for that kind of offensive play. The emerging star's admirers clearly had higher expectations, and they weren't shy about expressing their disappointment. However, hold on a second, things will only get worse. Even the name of the podcast has become a joke. The fan base is going all out, proposing new names that are more devastating than a defensive punch. The vicious proposal known as Brick by Brick has been circulating. The comment implies that Angel is accumulating a wall of missed shots instead of a legacy of brilliance, and it takes a vicious swipe at her shooting performance. Fans' expectations of their basketball stars are laid bare by these jokes, which aren't meant to be humorous. The team's performance on the court is what matters most to them. If you don't, they will point out your infraction as quickly as a shot clock violation. The intriguing part, though, begins here. This goes beyond Angel alone. It has sparked a broader discussion on the goals of athletes. Where does one draw the line between enhancing their image and perfecting their profession in this era of personal branding and social media? There are many who think Angel would be better off exercising instead of working out in the studio. Their main concern is that she is neglecting her basketball skills in favor of accumulating likes and followers. Fans feel like Angel is losing her equilibrium at the moment, which is a tricky balancing act.
Not only being the best on the floor, but also being unapologetically herself.
I got the keys to the kingdom, ain't nobody stopping me now.
While not new, this discussion is taking on a new tone in women's basketball. The WNBA is striving for greater acclaim and appreciation. The talents, not the side hustles of players like Angel, according to some supporters, should be at the forefront of that movement. Is it reasonable to expect sportsmen to have no depth whatsoever? Establishing one's own identity in the modern world is often as crucial as honing one's jumping skills. Finding the optimal balance where one element enhances rather than detracts from the other is the challenge. For all young athletes, Angel's story should serve as a wake-up call. How to manage one's time, one's priorities, and one's public image is the lesson here. A fan roast can be in your future if you make even the slightest mistake. When Angel Reese's Unapologetically Angel podcast debuted, WNBA listeners wasted no time getting down to business. Are they missing the forest for the trees when they make such harsh criticism? Here are the reasons why this might completely alter Reese's career trajectory, both on and off the court. Angel Reese is making no holds barred in his efforts to establish a name for himself. But hear me out, some of her admirers are starting to question if she's losing focus. Angel has been having a blast in Paris while Caitlin Clark has been working hard throughout the Olympic break. What a striking contrast. It's all everybody can speak about. A question that may be running through your mind is, can a girl have it all? In professional athletics, that is the million-dollar question. Some fans will stop at nothing short of seeing pure athleticism on the court. Personal branding, according to marketing experts, is the wave of the future on the other hand. Therefore, what is Angel's next move? It's like attempting to dribble with one hand tied behind your back. Balancing a podcast with a professional basketball career, it's not easy, and her admirers aren't being understanding. All this activity off the court has them concerned that they are losing valuable practice time. Every second matters in the WNBA because of how competitive the league is. Wait a second, what if Angel has a different plan in mind? Continuing past the last buzzer, athletes are brands in today's media-driven society, and brands are huge businesses. Perhaps Angel is placing her bets on the possibility that her podcast will prepare her for a life beyond hoops. It's a daring move, but if it succeeds, she may be laughing her head off. The tough part comes here though. Playing basketball is more than a profession. It's a calling, an art form, and an obsession with performing at a high level. Where do the spectators stand? They're more than simply consumers. They're passionate fans that take everything related to the game very seriously. It hits them square in the feelings when they witness a player who appears to put himself first, rather than the team. Is Angel's strategy still up in the air? Is it possible for her to follow her business mentality while still pursuing her sports goals? It's not impossible, but it's more difficult than sinking a three-pointer while blindfolded. Athletes of the future may learn a thing or two from Angel's story. These days, it's not only about basketball, it's also about controlling your time, reputation, and future. This is an entirely new game, and the regulations are still being finalized. Let us not overlook the fact that high prominence inevitably brings intense scrutiny. These days, everyone is watching Angel's every action. If she makes a mistake on the court, her detractors will immediately point the finger to her personal life. It only takes one contentious podcast episode to damage her athletic reputation. As far as Angel is concerned, this is a game of personal branding poker with very high stakes. Now that Angel has come to a crossroads, what if this scolding is the medicine she needs? You never know who you might meet along the road to atonement, and it might be closer than you think. Truthfully, Angel Reese is facing some serious challenges. Even though her podcast launch was less than smooth, her devoted audience is still very much on fire. You have to reach rock bottom before you can go back up though. Angel may finally have her chance to shine at this very time. How then is she going to right this ship? She must first and foremost address the concerns of her fans directly. The problem must be addressed head on. Angel must demonstrate that she is committed to her game and her profession. That necessitates more time spent playing tennis, despite the fact that it will cut into your time spent enjoying the glamour of Paris. Oh, hold on a second. This is just the beginning. If Angel wants to win back her admirers, her podcast might be the key. Picture this. She utilized Unapologetically Angel to show her fans how she trains. Her admirers would see that she is working harder than ever before as she talks about her challenges and successes. Everyone, it's about being honest. Now we may discuss the guest list. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for Angel to host some A-listers. Envision this. The legendary WNBA player Cheryl Swoops shares some life lessons on Angel's show. What about her former adversary turned possible ally, Caitlin Clark? These special guests have the potential to win over Angel's doubtful fan base and give his show some much-needed legitimacy. However, her actions on the platform are more important than the people she recruits. The difficulties of being a famous young athlete could be the subject of Angel's podcast. She was able to be honest about the expectations, the pressure, and yes, even the slip-ups. It's an opportunity to be more relatable to her supporters and showcase her human side. Can a podcast really save her career? You may be asking. The worst part is that the podcast isn't the only thing involved. Progress is the key. Angel, as an athlete and a public figure, may have reached a turning point throughout this entire ordeal. A chance to grow up, bounce back, and learn from her mistakes presents itself to her. So, how can Angel regain the admiration of WNBA fans and make her podcast a hit again? It's not hard, but it is simple. She must be present, diligent, and honest with her audience. Her Instagram is no longer a showcase for her glitzy lifestyle. Instead, it is a place for her to share her genuine passion for the game. Just picture Angel tackling the controversy directly in her next podcast show. "I hear you fans," she may declare. "I am prepared to show my worth both on and off the court, and I am aware that I have work to do. Restoring confidence could be greatly facilitated by such forthrightness. However, deeds speak louder than words, so keep that in mind. Angel must demonstrate exceptional basketball skills to support her rhetoric. Her ability to enhance her play while still maintaining her podcast commitments would demonstrate to followers that she can handle both responsibilities well. There will be many obstacles on the road to redemption. No matter what, Angel will be the object of intense scrutiny. If she has even one poor performance, her detractors will point the finger at her personal life. It only takes one contentious podcast episode to damage her athletic reputation. It's a daring act, but if she manages to do it, she will emerge even more powerful than before.